Wondering why you brought this in, Brie. I think it's for the tennis diplomat. Well, only while being diplomatic.
Yep. Okay. Thank you very much.
Give us some numbers. Anisimova stats.
Well, Pratty's clearly she already knows them herself, which won't surprise
we'll move on then,
any
shall
of
we?
us. But
Give
I
me
think
that ring. Hello, welcome to the tennis for another week of madness here. Novak out of gas. Can Djokovic recover his best of 5 brilliance? Queen Arena. Who can end the number one's reign on the US hard courts? And Crystal Ball on 2026. Our long-range predictions for the Australian Open and beyond. That's all here with me, with Xavier Muehlebach. Back from her Korean keynote caper is my regular co-pilot, Ray Stewart.
Good to be back. I kind of missed it last week. I was a
Really?
little bit jelly.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, we're thrilled to have you back.
I'm happy to be here. Korea was great, though.
Oh, that's good.
South Korea.
I'm just glad you got through customs with all those Korean cosmetics that everyone asked you to bring.
Yeah, I did.
But it was under the
back
threshold.
With a very full.
Sure. Yeah.
So if I look young, that's why.
Oh,
I don't.
I just assumed you hadn't started using it yet. And across the desk, a formidable combination of game analysis and coaching prowess. Analyst to the stars, it's Simon Razor Ray.
Hey, Zave, good to be back.
Good. You look very sporty today.
Representing the performance brand here at Tennis Australia.
You look like a performer, which is good.
Yep.
We need that on that
Looks
side of the
good.
table.
To look
Yeah.
like a performer.
Yeah, no, it's good. Could do with a shave, but aside from that, an Australian Billie Jean Cup team coach, it's Nicole Pratt.
Yes, I'm back. It's been quite a while.
It has.
It's good to be
So
back.
good to have you back on the pod as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How's it kind of being, settling back into the Aussie way of life?
I got to say, it's been a little strange when I first got back, and I came back directly from New York, and I got back to Melbourne, and I'm thinking, it's so sleepy here.
Oh,
It's sleepy.
it is.
But it's all relative, right? So, but no, great to be back in my own house, own bed. Met the family who had flown back from Europe as well. So, it's terrific to be home.
Well, we're glad to have you back in the city that always sleeps. That's what we are, as opposed to New York.
I think it's relaxing. Melbourne's very relaxing in comparison to New York.
It is. Although, the corner of Elizabeth Street can get a little edgy.
In the city.
Yeah, but aside from that, very snoozy. Simon, US Open, run and won. So who are you working with in New York this year?
We had a few we had our hands full. Primarily, or probably our number one customer, for want of a better term, our number one partner in crime. She's sitting immediately to my left here. Certainly our number one in terms of discerning level of what she's after. So Pratty with the work she's doing with all of our Australian players over there, and I owed her a thank you. Passed it on to her in New York because she's helped to open the door for a number of players on the women's side. So clearly the work she's been doing for a period of time now with Kim Birrell, Chris Marnie, and the work he does with Maya Joint, and we know about the 12 or 18 months that Maya's had.
Yeah.
Pratty's opened the door to us helping with Destiny, with Priscilla Hon, who had a fantastic run there in New York. On the men's side, Gavin Van Pepperzeel and Mark Draper, who are a couple of our National Tennis Academy coaches up in Brisbane, and their players, Tristan Schoolkate, Adam Walton, Rinky Hijikata, they're often in touch, probably some of our more frequent users.
And becoming quite household names, like your Schoolkates and your
Schoolkate
Hijikatas.
did so well as well, right?
Yeah, that
wow.
one match was fantastic.
Yeah,
one of those matches.
I think that was my favourite match
Yeah,
to watch.
It's one of those matches
on
where
the men's side.
if you can, you're so invested in the outcome,
so
but if you can
invested.
catch yourself in the middle of it and go, how cool is sport? That was one of those.
Absolutely.
I remember
both-
you even were watching
Yeah,
it. You were
yeah.
like, oh my God, this match is good.
Even you were watching
Yeah,
it.
even
Zave.
me, host of a tennis
wow.
podcast. Who would have thought? But yeah, no,
It was during the workday, I would like to indicate.
Yeah, no, that's
when
exactly
we
right.
were
Very
working.
little was being done.
It was a Wednesday, we'll work from home.
Yeah.
I probably walked away from that match thinking, I think Sonego at the time was ranked 48 in the world, and I was thinking, jeepers, if there's 47 guys in the world better than him,
Yeah.
the level's pretty good.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
good at the top end, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Well, let's stick with the US Open just for a little bit. Now, it is all over, the Grand Slam season for the year. Plenty of tennis still to come. But let's just have a little quick look back and do a little recap. So, Arena Sabalenka obviously took out the championship this year, defeating Anisimova 6-3, 7-6. And Sabalenka now trails Anisimova 6-4 head-to-head, but has won 2 of their meetings in 2025, 2 of the 3, which is pretty exciting. And we've actually got a little special message here from Arena herself. Let's have a listen.
The emotions were incredible, after those tough lessons earlier this season. I was able to bring really great level in the final. I was able to stay focused. I didn't let my emotions to take control over me, because there was like few moments, in the match where I could just, let it go and do the same mistake I did in those finals. So I was just super proud, and I couldn't believe that I was able to defend this beautiful trophy, especially knowing that no one could do it for such a period. So it's incredible. It's not incredible. It's crazy to realize that I was able to achieve so much.
Amazing. Well, big thanks to Stan Sport and Duncan McKenzie-McCarg, our buddy from New York, giving us that piece.
You know, we heard it there, just how much it meant to her to defend her title, and she'd gone so close in all the other slams, and to have a year without a slam, in terms of her stature, you know, her ranking, it would have been incredibly disappointing for her not to win a slam in 2025. So that's how much it meant to her to be able to get that win. She was challenged for sure. And I think Anisimova, we're going to see some big things from her in 2026 because we'll talk about it, but the quality of player she is. And even like the days off in between, you could see what she was doing out on the practice court and the work she was doing with her coach to still try and get things better, even for her next match the next day, but even, you know, thinking beyond that as well. So it's pretty exciting for her the last 6 months of the year for sure. Up to number 4 in the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, wow, I don't think that had sunk in for me yet.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Anisimova next year, Wimbledon. She is going to have the taste for blood. She'll be like, I'm not doing that double bagel bullshit again. It's happening. She's going to be the one to watch. It's going to be pretty exciting. So let's jump across the fence over to the ATP side. Of course, good old Carlos Alcaraz took out... I was going to do an Italian accent for Jannik, but then I realised he speaks like German Italian. It's too hard basket. I don't want to get in trouble.
I think it's a bit racist.
So Carlos Alcaraz defeated Jannik Sinner 6-2, 3-6, 6-1, 6-4, leading Sinner 10-5 in the head-to-head, including 7 of their last 8 meetings. So it's getting a little lopsided between the Italian stallion and the Spanish bull. Bull 2.0.
I wouldn't have expected Alcaraz to be that far up on Sinner.
Yeah.
You just in your mind think Sinner.
Yeah, well, I think especially
would
here
be
with the AO, they've got, you know, that history.
Yeah.
It is the same as every player, as the big three did. You know, when they were 22 years old, I think they have improved. And my biggest tennis is yet to come. So I'm just happy to be able to keep improving, and let's see how far I can go.
Hey Carlitos, congratulations. Enjoy the golfing and partying.
Thank you. Thanks.
Golfing, partying, haircuts. Is there anything that man can't do? Although he's blonde now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's dyed his hair blonde from what I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't look like a serial killer at all.
Not at
It's
all.
fun.
I think the difference, and keen for your thoughts too, Simon, the difference in Alcaraz this year for me is like his enjoyment. He's actually, even in the biggest moments, the biggest matches, you know, there were times of smiling and, you know, playing into and with the crowd. And so I think that's been the difference for him. And I'm also curious, Simon, your thoughts on Sinner, whether or not he was carrying something in that final.
There was a bit of a rumour there, wasn't there?
Looked like that to me. Yeah, I was expecting, you know, I'm in awe of him at his best, and it just looked like he was missing a gear or a level.
Yeah.
So that was my suspicion watching it play out in real time. without
Something
knowing.
in the back maybe, or...
Yeah, I was wondering stomach, or it looked like something that was really impeding the serve.
Something quite
you.
core.
Yeah. Well, in the semi-final, he'd had that injury time out.
Yeah.
And he just lost the set, and I was thinking, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
And then, you know, managed to, I guess, get through. And then for me, there was a question mark going in the final. I wonder if he's going to be at 100% fitness
Didn't look
for
like
the
he was.
final. And
Yeah.
there was something just off. Like, and sometimes like when they carry something, it comes through in their mentality.
Yes.
And I'm just not sure he was as laser focused and dialed in as he normally is when he's playing his best.
Is it in their interest to, you know, a player going into the final to actually mentally go, you know what, it's not worth overextending and doing more damage. Do I dial it back and get through and live to fight another day? Or is it always just on the line?
On the line.
Yeah.
On the line within reason, though.
Right.
Like,
If they can feel it ripping, they're not going to...
yeah, like if you're feeling some discomfort, it's hard to just mentally...
Disconnect it.
Yeah, you're like, well, I've come this far.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
On the line, I think there's 2 buckets, though. There's the bucket of injury where am I making this worse by continuing to play and turning a 6-week thing into a 3-month thing? I think there's that. Or am I in the bucket of, no, I've done the damage is done, you can't make it any worse? Then it's absolutely on the line,
Yeah.
I would say.
Right.
Yeah.
And Grand Slam title to be won, you're leaving no
True.
stone unturned.
When that's on the line, you're
exactly.
going to do
You miss
it.
the rest of
Yeah.
the season
Yeah.
for that.
But
Yeah.
like, just even looking at the scoreline, 6-1 and 6-4 in the last two sets. Like there was that uptick, but yeah, he must have been hurting. So
Yeah. I mean, for him to lose a set 6-1,
Just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
something's wrong.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think necessarily it was every single point Carlos. Sinner was making unusual errors.
You got you.
Like a regular forehand, he's missed, not by much, but he's missed.
yeah,
And he doesn't normally
which
do
for
that.
him is out of character.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, from a tough story for Sinner to a fellow redhead with potentially a good luck story, let's do our US Open fantasy draft results.
Yeah, I'd love to see who won.
Yeah, you've been counting the cards and numbers, haven't you? Let's have a little looky. So, Team Bree versus Cock and Stevie, our guests of the week when we did these out in our preview of the US Open. Team Bree ahead of the pack with 20 points, all thanks to you picking Sabalenka mainly, but also Sinner in the final.
Yeah.
You've
Well
got
done,
a
Bree.
fan.
Thank you.
Yes,
Go
well
the
done.
girls. Go the girls.
We do
Well done.
Do you
actually
know
have.
who won last time? Me.
Again.
As well.
Now, is that true, Razor? Because you were questioning
I
it
think
before.
I'm harking back to the French Open. I need to review the tape on that one. I need to review the tape. But
All
I think,
you need to know is Bree's claiming it
No,
very
I got
loudly.
a certificate.
I
Yeah,
think-
didn't you make it though?
No.
Well, this one certainly looks like you made it because our producers, have given
wow.
us another one. US Open Fantasy Draft Champions, Team Bree.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hang on. I actually knew I won, so I thought I'd bring my own crown.
Oh, I thought that was just a weird hair
No.
thing. It's
How
actually
do I
a
do it?
crown.
It's a crown.
Don't pretend you haven't been trying it on all night. For those only listening,
perfectly.
Bree has a
great.
teeny tiny crappy plastic tiara.
I went to the Wonderless shop. I
It
left
shows.
work early to get that yesterday,
Tia getting their money's worth out of you.
but I paid for it myself.
Oh, good.
It was $4.
Well, I don't think that was $4.
It'll be worn again. I might put it in the dog's hair tonight.
Actually, it is your dog's head size. No, well, congratulations. But I did actually,
Well done,
I was
Bree.
snooping through your garbage the other day. And I found your little folder of like Bree's achievements. Look, Bree Stewart.
Oh, wow.
And it's got some
How
lovely
far
things
back
in
are we
here.
going here, Zay?
Well, I was expecting to open it up like participation awards for like grade 4 cross country.
Cross-country.
Yeah, exactly.
Athletics,
I
ribbon.
did do athletics.
Now,
right?
there's
Yeah.
a lot of post-it notes in here. I'm assuming you
Yeah.
wrote them all?
No, this was something we did when I worked in advertising. We did a leadership thing and we had to write nice things about each other. So these are some nice things my colleagues wrote about me. I didn't keep any of my school reports.
No
but I
longer
kept...
smells like salmon. That's
No,
good.
that's what is that one?
That's good.
says?
Specialist and authentic beer. That's weird.
No, that his name's Bryn.
Oh,
It
right.
says, unique
Unique.
specialist
New
skills
York.
and a passion that is infectious.
Oh, so you're like COVID.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right. Well, that was our US
Thank
Open
you.
draft
Well
results
done, Bree.
for
Congrats.
Queen
Thank
Bree.
you.
The Queen Bree of
And I
our...
did win the French too, Simon. So
Yes.
we can
Okay.
take that
All right,
offline.
thank you for putting
Good,
that
good.
to bed.
Okay, well, if any of that makes it into the final cut, well done, Bree. Let's jump into the big body of the show. What's caught your eye? We're going to start next to me over here with Queen Bree herself.
Yeah.
What's happening with old mate Novak?
So Djokovic, he went down to
The shops.
he went down to Alcaraz at the US Open, but we need to give that man a lot of praise because he definitely did well getting there, and he is years older than the people he's playing. He then did his press conference, and we'll play the clip of it. But just the way he articulates where he's at in life and what is next, I think is amazing. He's so real about where he's at and how much he can do for his play in matches at the moment and how much he knows he can't. And I just thought it was really amazing and gave me a little bit of a different side of Djokovic. I really liked the honesty and, yeah, just how he spoke about it. But we'll let the clip do the clipping.
All right, let's have a listen.
They're just too good, playing on a really high level. Fortunately, I ran out of gas after the second set. I think I had enough energy to battle him and to keep up with his rhythm for 2 sets. After that, I was just gassed out, and he kept going. So that's kind of what I felt this year, also with Jannik. Best of 5 makes it very, very difficult for me to play them, particularly if it's like the end stages of the Grand Slam.
I mean, you're right. Quite humble, and this must
Very
be quite
humble.
shocking for Novak. When was the last time a year went by when Novak didn't make a final at a major?
Since 2017, my notes are
Really?
indicating here when he had an elbow injury was the last time.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. And we didn't include it all there, but he kind of said, my body is as good as it can be. There's not much more I can do there. It's just, I don't have the same body basically as
the
these young
subtext
kids do.
is that he doesn't have the same body he had 4
Yeah,
years ago.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very real. I agree. And almost it's humbling, right?
Yeah.
Because normally he's the guy holding the trophy at the end of the Grand
Yeah.
Slam, and now he's almost conceding that the fact that there's two guys just better than me. So there was one little thing there where he said, for 2 sets I can go with him, but then the third I've got nothing. So it's kind of interesting because this year he's played all the slams and he hasn't played the thousands, and the thousands are best of 3 sets.
Yeah.
So I'd actually like to see a little bit of a flip next year.
Yeah.
In
Well,
a
put the
way,
money where his
like-
mouth is.
Correct,
Yeah.
right? Like if you think physically you can't match it for the 5 sets, go out there and play for the.
Here's
for
some 3-set tournaments that we
Correct.
prepared for you earlier.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, just incredible. Comes into the US
Amazing.
Open completely cold.
Yep.
Hasn't played, and can still make a
Phenomenal.
semi-final.
Yeah, exactly.
Just speaks to
And 39 now,
the
right?
tennis
He is,
IQ,
right?
the brain,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
will, the desire. And US Open was kind of like, I remember the day before the schedule came out he was first on at 11.
Whoa, that
He'd
would have
never been first
he
on at
would have been
11
hang on.
in 15 years. And let me tell
Typo.
you, he was not happy.
I can imagine.
He
That
was-
was the first thing that just popped into my
Yeah.
mind. I wonder what was said.
He was not happy. And if you talk about, managing
Yeah.
energy levels and he's he's to the nth degree on everything,
Yeah.
right? And so calculated, that would have threw him for
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
There would have been
Yeah.
some fiery WhatsApp
Yeah, no.
messages to
I
the
would have
tournament
loved to
director.
have seen that.
Oh, to be a fly on that wall.
You hear that? That's
Oh.
Craig upstairs quaking in his boots going, oh, shit, I've got to do that in January.
Yeah, 11 o'clock.
He did go on to say in that press conference he is not giving up on the dream of
Well, he
another
wants
slam.
25. He wants it.
So do we think he will make it to another, winning another Grand Slam?
I'm not willing to count him out.
Yeah.
It looks unlikely, doesn't
Yeah.
it? But that assumes, I think, those two, the big fours become the big two. I think that assumes the big two are going to be there healthy and fit at the business end of every Grand Slam.
Yeah.
Something will happen. There'll be a window. And whether he's the one to walk through it at that point in time remains to be seen. But I'm not willing to count him out.
Now, I was wondering why you brought this in, Bree. I think it's for the tennis diplomat that is Simon Ray.
I
you
bought
very much.
multiple
Golden
crowns.
laurel wreath.
Thanks. Do I need to wear
Yeah,
this?
you
Thank
must,
Yeah.
only while being diplomatic.
Yep. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Yeah, it's a
It
little
actually
bit.
looks really good on you.
Thank
Yeah, you make that
Thanks,
work.
Bree.
But I mean,
Thanks.
it's
Like
razor.
a halo,
Thanks, Dave.
which
That's lovely.
suits you.
Yeah, he's
Thank you.
saintly.
He's our
Yeah.
data angel.
Look, I believe that. I'm not willing
Mr.
to.
Switzerland.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right. I'm not willing to count him out. Not just yet. He'll be at the business end. He's ranked
Ever.
number 4 in the world.
He'll be in a
How
wheelchair.
remarkable. Prattie's right. The schedule's remarkable. Didn't play an event between the French Open and Wimbledon. Didn't play an event between Wimbledon and the US Open.
No.
He's ranked number 4 in the world.
Yeah.
Pretty
It's-
good.
it's
Had a few
amazing.
points. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into it, who we think 2026. But
Yes,
I do
good point.
think there's another couple of contenders
Ooh, that's good.
Ooh,
Hold that thought.
coming
Yeah.
through. So that's why I'm saying a no.
Okay.
Great.
Prattie
No,
thinks there's others that are going to move past
love it.
him.
I've got some devil horns down here too if you want
Yeah,
to pop them on.
no
Great,
worries.
great.
I'm happy.
All right, well, we'll jump on. I stay with you, Prattie. What caught your eye this week? I have on my notes here, she's got 2. So what have you got?
Got to.
There's
Listen,
an A and a B.
my 2, and I know we were moving on from US Open, but I was fortunate enough, and Simon was there as well, sitting courtside when Anisimova played against Kim Birrell and then against Maya Joint. Her backhand is best in the world. It is off the charts.
Wow.
Her numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about speed.
Wasn't it the fastest
speed
even
of
out of the
shot.
men?
The highest out of men and women. We're talking about
Couldn't
Sinner's
believe it.
backhand, right?
Yeah.
It is world class. World class.
Holy crap.
We need to be more world class, Simon and I, even better than what we already are, because we had 2 shots to beat her,
Yeah.
and we
Couldn't
couldn't.
figure it out.
Although we had our game plan, right?
Yeah.
And
Was it food poisoning?
Our players did as good a job as they could.
Yeah.
But literally, your game plan consists against Anisimova. Do not hit it to a backhand unless you can hit there with purpose.
Got you.
It's pretty simple, but it's very difficult to keep
Well,
it away.
sometimes you don't have the option. You're like, well,
Correct.
I got to go into the danger
Yeah.
zone. And what does she
Yeah.
do? She thwacks it back.
It is a cannon. The
Yeah.
sound.
Phenomenal.
So if anyone out there, Australian Open 2026, get courtside to Anisimova because the backhand is a thing of beauty.
So you're talking numbers. Luckily, we have a number man here. Give us some numbers. Anisimova stats.
Well, Pratty's clearly she already knows them herself, which
Oh, okay,
won't
well, we'll
surprise
move on then,
any
shall
of
we?
us. But I
Give me
think
that
when you think about ball speed, 123 kilometres an hour on the backhand side.
I
okay?
would be running
Her opponents.
in the
away.
other direction.
When you group her 7 opponents, we group them all together on the backhand side and take an average of those 7 opponents. They averaged 105 kilometres an hour. So that's 20 Ks an hour on the backhand side. She hit the ball at the US Open harder than Sabalenka by 10 Ks, harder than Pegula by 10 Ks, harder than Jannik Sinner off the backhand wing by 3 Ks. When I say harder, faster than Alcaraz, faster than Djokovic, faster than Iga Swiatek. No one in the world of tennis
Faster than a
hits
speeding
backhand-
bullet by the sound of
hits a
things.
backhand harder than Amanda Anisimova. No one.
I love it. I
What a
saw
weapon.
it on social media. And it just made me really proud because you know there's so much stuff like women aren't as good as men, and it's like, hang on,
Well, here you go. Stand here. This is
Yeah.
Anisimova. She's going to hit some backhands at your face, and then you can tell us what you think.
exactly.
And I think one way she leans into that, when you look at the couple of matches, and I did a comparison between Iga Swiatek and Anisimova at Wimbledon, which was the love and love match, and I know you all have your
was tough,
thoughts on
that
that and
one.
how she rebounded from that, and then US Open to be able to turn that around. So Iga won 33% of her second serve points when they played at the US Open. At Wimbledon, it was 63%
Oh, wow.
of her own second serve points. I went back and had a look. Well, where was she serving?
Yeah.
At Wimbledon, directing nearly every second serve at the Anisimova forehand.
Yep.
For some reason unknown to any of us, straight into the Anisimova backhand at the US Open. And as you just touched on, Save, that's where good players go to die.
Yeah.
When you serve second serves at the Anisimova backhand, it's over.
Yeah.
And that was, for me, the number one factor in reversing the fortunes in that matchup.
That was a really good caught your eye. But you've got
Really
another
good.
one. I see that you've got the US Open mug. Big fan of the event, I see.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the craziness, but I got to say, the crowds at the US Open this year were the biggest, largest, craziest I've ever been a part of. I've been going there 30 years.
Yeah.
Good crazy, bad crazy.
No, good crazy.
Yeah,
like
good.
just
Good.
vibes and,
Yeah.
Yeah.
week, the qualifying week was free.
Yeah, I
there
love
was
their
lots
fan
of
week.
people in. And then...
Were you there for the doubles in opening week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did that,
For the-
do you think added?
I think that 100% brought more people in because it was about sort of 2, 3 o'clock.
Yep.
All of a sudden, thousands more people on site. So, yeah, it was crazy. Like
Interesting.
trying to get from the players' area, through the courts, like you're just weaving, dodging people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, crowd numbers just really caught
yeah,
my
the
eye.
honey juice probably had a bit to do with that. This is the official candle. No vodka in that one, but yeah. Did you have to jump ever over any honey juice snakes? You know,
There were quite a few. There was queues for the honey juice, but the other thing that caught my eye was the Moe Chandon. And for $32 US, you could get a gold cup and a glass of champagne. So
Wow.
that caught my eye, that one.
bargain.
Yeah, that's affordable.
Yeah.
What cost of living
Set you
crisis?
back $50 Aussie
Yeah.
for
That's
one
fine.
drink. Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
probably a short pour too.
Could buy a whole bottle for that. Stating the
Yeah.
obvious over here.
No, that's fine. You're just there going, note to self, stock up. Need to get one of those camelbacks and fill it with Molly. No, very good. Well, let's roll on and jump over. Simon, what caught your eye this week?
Yeah, well, I think Felix Auger-Aliassime, it's probably the best tennis that we've seen from him in a number of years.
Yep.
We know about the ability that he's got. We know about the weapons he's got in his game. He's a phenomenal athlete. So when I think about physicality, serve, and forehand, this guy's ticking all 3 of those boxes. And some of the numbers behind what took him back to the pointy end of Grand Slam tennis again. Second serve again. We spoke about it with Anisimova on the return side. He won 60% of his second serve points won. Year round, he wins 52%. So when you think about the last 12 months, he's in 52%. He elevated against his own benchmark at the US Open.
Yeah. What a time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And then there was some difference tactically. So on the backhand side, use of the slice backhand. His backhand's not a backhand that's going to hurt you. He's trying to hurt you with serve, forehand, with physicality. Use of the slice. So he accepted perhaps, okay, I need to offer up a little bit more variety. Courts, balls, equipment, etc. Maybe I'm using my slice to create more opportunity to use my forehand on the next ball. His ball speed, when he did go for the topspin backhand, his ball speed was up relative to the rest of the year. He was up 7 Ks off backhand wing. So the speed of the two-hander was up, and then there was more slice. And I think part of what you asked me to look at with Auger-Aliassime was looking ahead. Can he be at the really pointy end consistently? I'm not sure, and I'll be curious for Pratty's thoughts, because for me, this is the coaching challenge. Do you double down on your strengths, serve, forehand, physicality, or do you need to add other strings to your bow? Do you need to complement those weapons in different ways? And I'm thinking about, he's not someone that's got a huge amount of finesse, but I think behind that power, you've got opportunity to use a drop shot. You've got opportunity to come forward more often. He's about on par with the rest of the top 100 in terms of how often he comes forward. But I would argue he's got a lot more opportunity than the rest of the top 100 because he's able to hurt you in so many ways. And when he's hurting you, he's backing you up. So I think you've got opportunity to finish with a drop shot, and to challenge your opponent in those different ways. So those are a couple of the ingredients that, if I'm in the camp, I'm leaning into at least exploring and being curious as to whether there's growth and upside there.
Well, I'm a big one for utilising your strengths, right?
Yeah.
And maybe he has been, based on the numbers that you've said. That was terrific, by the way, Simon. I really enjoyed that.
He's always so good.
Yeah, it was really good. But everything you've said makes sense, because what he's looking to do is use, as you said, the backhand wing to bring the ball more to his strengths. And, his physicality has got to be top 10 in the world,
Absolutely.
the way that he moves. So if you
Electric.
talk about adding some net coverage there, he can do that in spades. But how do you get there? You got to get there with purpose. So I love it. I love it. So it'd be exciting if he keeps going the route of, what can I continue to add that's going to bring the ball to my strengths?
Yes.
Sometimes with tournaments too, the draw just opens up.
Yeah.
And I feel like that section of the draw, and, I don't want to take anything away from Alex Demonar, because he's one of my favourite players, is, Alex wasn't really pushed through the quarterfinals.
He had a good draw.
Right?
Yeah.
So they both had a good draw, if you think about it, in the quarterfinals.
Yep.
So, the fact that Felix was able to take advantage of it playing against Alex. So sometimes too, numbers, certainly speaks to an outcome. But also just something opening up is all that you need, and you get that one win, two in a row, which you probably hadn't previously had. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, okay, I'm on a roll. I'm moving here. So a little bit draw.
Confidence.
as well.
And that's the between the ears part, right, which is the intangible. But I think in terms of Felix, he earned a spot, didn't he? He knocked off Zverev on the way through. He knocked off Rublev on the way through, and then had to play Demon. So after that...
You just debunked my
but I wonder...
there, didn't you?
They're pretty good names, aren't
what
they?
you're saying, though, is I think that's still right. Until he wins that Zverev matchup, maybe he's asking that same question.
Yeah.
And he finds a way through there, and he's got a new lease on life. He's in the fourth round of the US Open with a head of steam up, and then it's tough to stop the momentum.
Whew. So Felix, one to watch, but no one say anything on the back of that. We'll talk about 2026 in a minute. Shush. What caught my eye? I was doing some star spotting at the good old US Open. Celebrities and tennis, they go quite hand in hand. They're always popping up, especially during the majors and during the Grand Slam season. And this year, there were quite a few, to say the least. Now, the biggest one and probably the most eye-catching was good old Donnie J. Trump, president of the US of A. Now, he was there, and there was...
He's a big name.
And, broadcasters were told what they probably should or shouldn't put to air as far as audio goes. But because of his presence, yes, he's Donald Trump, but he's also the president.
Yeah, totally.
Caused quite the security stir. And they delayed the match by half an hour, the men's final.
Unheard of, right? It's
Yeah.
only ever happened once in history.
Madness.
And I think it had to do
But
with
then there was still
war or
people
something.
snaking out the gate. So that got me thinking, not about politics, but about celebrities in general.
Yeah.
So I've set myself a little challenge. I was doing some research about all the celebrities who attended this year's 2025 US
Did
Open.
ChatGPT do this for you?
No. It might have done the collating and ranked them in order
Might
of
have
what
played a role.
ChatGPT considered to be the most famous to the least famous. So my challenge to myself, for no real reason, is in 60 seconds I'm going to list every single celebrity who was in attendance at the US Open.
Have you practiced?
No, I have not. I really am flying seat of the pants, but I believe that John, our producer, has a countdown clock. Okay, ready? Donald Trump, Angelina Jolie, Bruce Springsteen, Anna Wintour, Sting, Dr. Dre, Pink, Usher, Hugh Jackman, Alec Baldwin, Naomi Osaka, she's a player, Venus Williams, also a player, John Hamm, Jessica Alba, Blake Lively, Elle Fanning, Dakota Fanning, Katie Holmes, Simone Biles, Maria Sharapova, Halle Berry, Hailey Bieber, Pamela Anderson, Spike Lee, Simone Ashley, Sydney Sweeney, Connie Britton, Juliana Margulies, Ciara, Stanley Tucci, Patricia Clarkson, Sam Rockwell, Leslie Bibb, Walton Goggins, Lindsay Lohan, Issa Rae, Next Page, Chelsea Handler, Rainn Wilson, Shonda Rhimes, Maud Apatow, Sarah Pigeon, Emily
25 seconds.
Can't say her, Laurie Harvey, Mary-Kate Olsen, Ashley Olsen, Ben Stiller, Jeff Goldblum, Jeremy Allen White, John Mulaney, Olivia Munn, Victor Cruz, Noah Schnapp, Candace Parker, Bridget Moynihan, Brittany Snow, Paul Wesley, Tina Knowles,
Not going to make it.
Tonya Lewis something, Chase Sue Wonders, Paige DeSorbo, Arabella Kushner, Jared Kushner, Tommy Hilfiger, Dee Hilfiger, and Sergio Perez. Yes!
Well done.
You
Yeah.
skipped some.
No, just their middle names. Oh, that was dramatic, wasn't it? There you go.
Well
so,
done.
according
Just a
to the
few
internet,
people.
65 celebrities rolled into the US Open this year. I would argue, with no evidence
think
to
there
back
was
it
more.
up, the most ever.
Yeah,
Did
they
you say
well.
Queen Latifah? Because she was there.
Said Queen someone, but I mean Camilla. Who knows? Look, let's just say it's not an exhaustive list, but look, I got it.
Could've fooled me.
If you had
I
Queen
think there's
Latifah
some
there,
people missing. Yeah.
but yeah, I mean there's tennis players on this list, so who knows what the hell's going
Yeah,
on? But just
Naomi
anything-
Osaka.
which leads me to the question: favorite celebrity moment at a Grand Slam? Bree, hit me. What's your favorite?
Oh God.
Was he there?
Hugh Grant asleep at Wimbledon.
Oh, yep, that's a goodie. Yep, cool.
I love when he does that.
Pratty, what pops into your mind when
Simon,
you
you go first.
Simon's like me and
Struggling
celebs.
here. Jackie Chan at the AO 25.
think? Yes!
Good
That was
one.
good.
Came good at the 11th hour.
Yeah,
My
nailed that one.
favourite celebrity watching is actually the Royals at Wimbledon.
Yeah,
very
fair.
nicely done.
That's
Tell
a
you
good
what,
one.
you pulled that one right out of your bum at the very end. Well done. Very,
thank
very
you.
good. Now, plenty more tennis to come after the break, including the 2026 Crystal Ball predictions and Ace of the Week. We'll see you in a sec.
Cool. Welcome back. We are going to get into a little bit of an update from Guadalajara.
Ooh, Mexico.
And we really want to talk about Storm Hunter, who,
Friend of the pod.
Yes.
defeated Siniakova, and she's up next against Arango. And then if she wins that, she's in next with Ostapenko. So she is doing well. We know Storm was injured. She's been back playing this year. She started with doubles, but she is making some impression in singles right now. Before we get your thoughts on her, because I feel like you might know her, Pratty, we've just got a little clip from Storm Hunter.
Hey guys, from Guadalajara. Just checking in after my first round singles win last night. Obviously, it was my first singles win since rupturing my Achilles, so super excited to get the W. And especially here in Guadalajara, the conditions are tough. It's high altitude, so the balls are flying. But I love playing here. The crowds have been awesome. The fans just love it. And yeah, I'm just super excited to get the win and excited for my second round tomorrow. Pratty's been coaching me from afar. She gave me a really good pep talk last night for my match. So yeah, super pumped and miss you guys and hopefully see you soon. Enjoy the show.
Super excited. Like
Yeah.
I did speak to, she mentioned the pep talk. So she'd lost her doubles the day before. So she was a bit down in the dumps and it was terrible and I'm low in confidence. So I said, hang on a minute. Hang on. You're playing singles. How good? Like this is why you did 12 months of rehab to come back to have these type of opportunities. Go out there, you know who you're playing against and go for it. So
A true pep talk.
yeah. I'll tell you, I wasn't feeling super confident.
Now the truth
But that's
is
part of
leaked.
being a coach, right?
Totally.
You gotta,
Yeah, you gotta sell the dream.
You got to get them in the right spot. Well, the best spot you think you can get them, help them to get there. But I was giving actually a lesson out on court. Came off court, and someone said to me, "Storm got up," and I was like, "What?" And so unreal. Yeah, I spoke to her yesterday, and very, very cool. Good opportunity in the second round against Arango. So just hopefully she can keep getting a few more wins under the belt and
Yeah.
keep tapping that wood.
Yeah.
Stay healthy. Stay
Yeah,
healthy.
stay healthy. Be good to your Achilles.
Yeah, because it's not about her tennis. Like her level of tennis is so good. It's just the body,
body.
that keeps
Yeah.
kind of asking the question of her. So no, I'm super pumped for her. It's been I committed to the year. I committed to the year with her and Kim and particularly Storm, getting her back and playing and establishing herself back on tour. So that's a pretty cool moment, actually.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, good on
we
you,
are
Stormy.
sending all our love and success for the next rounds to Storm. 'cause
Yeah. And bring me back
obviously-
some tequila, please.
Yeah, she did do a tequila tour, I saw.
Yeah, very good.
Okay, next up, we're going to talk a little bit about Davis Cup, which we have coming up over the weekend. First tie here in Australia for 3 years,
Yeah,
I
it's
believe.
pretty
So
exciting.
that's exciting. However, there has been some news overnight about Australia's captain, Leighton Hewitt. So a bit of a tricky time for him. But we're going to focus on really what's coming up over the weekend for our Australian team. So We're going to throw to Vic Rudnikov and Reese Dudugd, who are on the ground in Sydney with the Australian team.
So we're here in Cain Rosewall Arena because this weekend Australia will be playing Belgium in the Davis Cup tie. It's going to be super exciting. We've actually got some of the Australian team practicing behind us right now, and the arena does look a bit quiet, but expected to be packed out this weekend. It is the first tie we have at home since 2022, so it's going to be really, really fun and super exciting.
It's going to be absolutely pumping in here, Vic. Like, Aussie fans love Davis Cup, and it's been so long since they've had a home tie, so expect the roof to be blowing off. But lucky we've got this roof. We've had so much rain here in Sydney this week, but it'll be a great day out on the weekend for Aussie fans to get around the boys and make this place nice and loud. The Aussie team, they took down Sweden to get to this stage, and Belgium took down Chile. They're all fighting for those last 7 spots in Bologna for Italy to take on Italy in the final 8. Everything's on the line.
Yeah, and speaking of Belgium, they're coming into this time pretty good form, right?
They sure are. You got Rafael Colognan and Zizou Bergs, who both made the 3rd round of the US Open. They're hungry. We heard Alex de Minaur yesterday say, we can't take anyone lightly. The Belgians will be absolutely hungry, and those 2 boys are in absolute form in the singles. An experienced doubles pair as well. Anything could happen in Davis Cup, and they are in some great form. So should be a very interesting tie from the Belgian perspective. And they've been a good vibe in the camp, haven't they, Vic?
Yeah, so we actually got to go to the aquarium with them over the weekend, which was super exciting because you don't really get to spend much time with players off the court. And they were really fun, friendly, and making a lot of jokes with us, which doesn't happen often. So it was a really good time overall.
Yeah, that's so great. And from an Aussie perspective, the Australians, they love Davis Cup, as I said before, 28 titles in total, and we've got one of the best players in the world in Alex de Minaur suiting up. He's looking great on court, another quarterfinal at the US Open. He loves Davis Cup. He circles it every year. He would never miss it. Expect that home court advantage to come into play as well. It's going to be a fascinating tie, I think, but yeah, the Australians, they're coming in hot.
And it's important to note that Australia is the 2nd-ranked Davis Cup team behind Italy, and they've finished in the top 4 for the past 3 years. So pretty impressive stuff going into this tie.
Oh, they've been super consistent over the past 3 years, 2 finals and a semi-final. They love Davis Cup. All these boys prioritise it, and it's a great culture that they've built in the team. We'll find out what that team is tomorrow at the all-important draw. It should be a great event out in Sydney, and we'll see what happens from there.
And make sure you watch the Davis Cup tie against Belgium on 9 and beIN Sports.
Well, if Alex de Minaur's playing, right?
Which he is.
I feel very confident there's going to be, 2 singles wins there. I mean, Alex, especially playing in Cain Rosewall Arena.
That's his arena.
It's his. It's his. And it was actually cool. I saw on Instagram where Cain Rosewall came out and they were having a chat. So, I think Australia's the favourites for sure. We obviously do incredibly well in the doubles.
Yeah.
So picking up that extra rubber, but Bergs has had some really good form. So he'll be probably the key player for Belgium.
Yeah. So that's who they're going to line up against, Damon. Surely. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So I think Pratty's read on it spot on. I think we line up with de Minaur and Popperin in the team and Jordan Thompson maybe, if not to play a role in singles, then
a true doubles specialist.
A real doubles exponent. He'll team with Matt Ebden there, you'd have to think, prior to the draw coming out. And Bergs has had a really good 2025 campaign on the Belgium side of the equation, but I think Australia are firm favourites going in.
Yeah, amazing. Well, we do have an episode coming up sometime soon, I would say, Zave, on the sit down with Zizou Bergs. We do. The Belgium team have been amazing to talk to and do lots of stuff with there in Sydney as well. So we wish both sides luck. We have to stay impartial, but go Australia. But moving on from Davis Cup, Zave, you've been cooking something up that feels like you were trying to replace my top 5.
No. It's only got 4 things.
I've been gone 1 week.
Well, I was thinking you were looking ahead to the Davis Cup. I want to look further ahead. To AO 2026. We're going all the way to next year, folks. And I thought we'd have a little bit of crystal ball predictions. With 2025 Grand Slam season all behind us, it's time for us to make some bold predictions about Australian Open 2026 and beyond. Now, we've got 4 questions here to put around the table. Feel free to add your own predictions at home in the YouTube comments or let us know on social. But we're thinking that far ahead. Which player around the table will break through for their first Grand Slam title in 2026? Pratty, I can see you champing at the bit. You can go first.
Well, it's an easy one for me. Anisimova.
Ah, good one.
Sorry. I mean,
No, that's fair.
easy.
As long as it's all backhands, bring it on.
Yep, yep. Although if other players or coaches have listened to our podcast, they're going to know a bit of strategy on Anisimova now.
All right. Razor?
I think I probably had 2 on the women's side, but I'll try to keep it to 1 in the spirit of the test. I think Mira Andreeva's only going to continue to get better.
Oh, you reckon 2026 could be a
I
year?
think particularly on clay at Roland Garros, I could see her
That's who I
being
had.
in with a red hot chance.
I know it's sad. Yep,
Simon
agreed.
got there first.
Yeah, he did.
And he had some intelligent thought behind it too.
Yeah, no, mine are
You were
just
just
like,
gonna be
who
like,
do I
"She's
like?
cool."
Yeah, literally.
So
That's why I
who
like
else is
it.
cool?
Who else is cool that I could put there that I think could win?
I've got a controversial one.
You go. Let me. Well, I think
Taylor Fritz.
Wouldn't have thought that was all that controversial.
I just don't think he's ever going to. I mean,
I'll go 2 on the men's side
okay, good.
if you want to move
Oh,
on.
Please,
can I
God.
use one before in
You
case
go,
you take
you
it?
go.
Ben Shelton.
Oh, that was one of them.
Oh,
Okay, great.
That was
Good
job.
Fire.
Thank God.
That
It
was mine.
just came to my mind,
Well
and I was
done.
like, yes, him.
You just struck back, Brie. That
Yeah,
was
thank
mine.
you.
I had
Got
1
one
on
more.
the men's side.
Okay,
I got one more.
here we go.
Although he's
Is it-
just pulled out of the rest of the year, but that could be a positive.
Yeah.
Jack Draper.
Draper. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm surprised you
Too.
didn't say Draper.
I'm surprised I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Who forgets about Jack
Okay,
Draper?
good.
Yeah.
I've decided these are my questions, so I'm not going to give one. Is that
You
fair?
just did.
Yeah, well, through the magic of editing, we're going to cut out the fact that I had nothing.
I thought that was really good, our response to it.
All right, next question through the crystal ball. Which player will be the biggest rankings move or mover in 2026? Up or down?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes things interesting.
Brady's got another one cooking.
Well, Djokovic down.
Yeah.
Because he's not going
Yeah.
to play as much.
Yep.
I want to say Tristan Schoolkate
Okay. You're allowed to say whatever you like.
because that's what I would like for him after seeing how he played at the US
What do you always
Open.
say? Manifest.
Yeah, I want to manifest it for him.
Okay. No, good. Razor?
Thank you.
I feel like you just took razors.
No, I don't think I did.
Oh, okay.
Bit of a dark horse, that suggestion. for
I
me.
think there's a watch on Medvedev. I think he's been a slider,
Dropping?
and well, I think it could go one of 2 ways. If I was to hazard a guess, I think he might slide further yet.
Yeah.
He's
Down?
just split with
Yeah.
Jill Savara after a long term partnership. Yeah, I think Medvedev could continue to go south from a rankings perspective.
Wow.
Well, yeah, US Open wasn't great for him, was it?
You heard it here first, folks. All right. Which player will be the breakout social media star of 2026?
Bree, help me out here.
This one, yeah, Bree, you're
So
the
there's a
expert.
couple of things that I've got to talk about here. They're both men, sorry, but I have got some thoughts around the women as well.
Yeah, you're allowed to talk about men.
But I think Fonseca, in terms of like growth,
Mm-hmm.
if he keeps playing well, if he gets more into the zeitgeist, Brazil is also a very, very
I
engaged
know where this
social
is
media
going.
user. So
Yep.
him. Then the other one is he's already got a great following, but I think it could get bigger. News just dropped this morning on E! News Entertainment. One of my
the
biggest,
home of tennis news.
my biggest sources of
tennis news?
education.
Literature.
That Alcaraz is dating Brooks Nader. Now, Brooks Nader is a media personality, has her own reality show with her sisters called Keeping Up with the Naders. Oh, not Keeping Up with the Naders. That's the Kardashians. Love Thy Nader is what it's called.
Okay, that's clever.
Yeah, very clever. And she's been on Dancing with the Stars, all that kind of stuff. Big US, very pretty gal. And apparently Alcaraz and her are dating. So
Right.
if we
and all
start...
it took was for him to win the US Open.
Yeah, and if we start seeing that come together, apparently it was happening before, I think he'll get more like cred and into different spaces that aren't so sport as well.
Fonseca perhaps could have been my rankings riser on the men's side.
Yeah, good one.
He is going to continue.
Can't
to
get his
climb.
head out of tennis.
So no, a struggle for me.
But I'm
That's
here
fair.
for the stuff that
For the
doesn't
fluff.
matter.
We're both there for that. That's why we have experts on the other side of the desk.
Yeah.
So thanks to Brie for her prompt there.
Yeah. All right, last one. This is the real hard-hitting issue. Where in this world of ours will Alex de Minaur and Katie Boulter get married?
Amalfi Coast, Italy.
Really?
I'm pretty sure they've already said that, haven't they?
I hadn't heard that.
Oh!
No, I
Absolute-
feel
if
like
pull
they've
that off,
said-
that's a miracle. I had not
I
heard
just
that.
assumed it would be in Spain.
When I read that question, I thought they had already announced it was in like Italy or France. One of them. I get them mixed up.
Oh, they're basically the
I
same
don't
thing
know.
to you.
Do you know
Newcastle.
any intel, Pratty?
I did not know that.
Well, it's neutral. It's neutral.
The Swiss Alps.
Like it's neutral.
It's not Australia, it's not the UK.
I thought Switzerland would actually be good, but it's actually very expensive in Switzerland.
So if
although
he won the US
they could
Open-
afford it in Switzerland. They could. But since Katie's from the UK, Alex, Australia, Spain, they're going neutral in Europe. And there was a rumour it was somewhere in Italy. So, Simon, you may not be that far
I think
off.
you did pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm
think he's
sure I
playing it
read
coy.
something too. Yeah.
Simon was
Hand
definitely
on heart,
invited.
Had no idea.
You in the
Well
bridal
done.
party, do you reckon?
Would not have thought.
Okay. Pratty?
No.
They haven't got your bridesmaids dress yet?
No.
Real
no,
puffy sleeves.
No. Can you see me in puffy sleeves?
Absolutely. I will say this. Before, I saw you take your jumper off without your cap coming off your head. I have never been more impressed by any
It's like
act.
you've seen a magic show.
It was amazing. It was instead of a rabbit out of a hat, it was a Pratty out of a cap. It was just a thing of beauty. So, yes, could definitely see you in puffy sleeves with your amazing WTA
Okay,
black
thank
baseball
you,
cap.
thank you.
All right, well, that's enough shenanigans. Let's do one more bit of fun before we get the heck out of here. Ace of the Week. This is where we ask all of our guests on the show to tell us something that's either coming up or has happened or is happening right now this week that's brought you some joy. The ace of your week. And it doesn't have to be. In fact, I implore you to not make it tennis related.
Well, I'm a tennis tragic, but we spoke about the fact that I haven't been home for I don't know how long. So lovely to be home. And probably just taking my two twin girls out to the tennis court. Like
That's
it was
all right.
just-
That's family first,
and
tennis
to have
second.
the time to do that where I don't normally have that time, and it's home, and you jump in the car and you're at the courts in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was just lovely.
No
It
transport,
was really
no
nice.
accreditation.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Nice one.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
It was lovely.
Well, we're thrilled to have you home.
Thank you.
We are.
Razor, what about yourself?
I was probably struggling initially. I'm going to use my daughter. My daughter's a real introvert, really very quiet, very close to her mum, and we're a Geelong-based family. And she came home buzzing from Kinder the other day because the cats had made a visit to Kinder.
Oh,
Whoa.
my
So
Tom
goodness.
Stewart was in there and Bailey Smith was in there.
The
and
Bailey Smith.
Ollie Dempsey
Oh,
was
maybe
in
I
there.
need to enroll in Kinder.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think Edie, my daughter, had clearly gotten a huge buzz out of it.
Yeah.
So, for her to come home and had a couple of
love
photos
that.
with her, and clearly it made her day. So that was that
Calm
was
the
my
cat
ace
is.
of
Good
the
on
week.
you, boys. That's
That
very
is
good.
so nice that they do things. I know they have to, but it's so good.
Well, I think Tom Stewart has a youngster in that same Kinder class. So he
and that's
obviously-
why
What
you
a
enrolled
dream.
yours.
Like for those kids,
No.
they're probably like, oh my
dream
God.
for those
Yeah.
kids. Yeah, I support the Pies, but the rest of the family, suffice to say.
Well,
on the
I'll
cat
get
side.
Mason Cox to come talk to you
Fantastic, Bree.
during the
Thank you very
AO.
much.
Yeah, we'll sort that out. Coxie will be in touch.
Thank you.
Razor just got like an inch taller in his seat and was like, I've never been more excited in my life. Like he was very happy talking about his family, but you see you say Mason Cox. Really? Where? All right, Bree, what about yourself?
Mine is tennis, and I don't care what you say because there's a
You never
very
do.
personal spin on it. Not really. I am going to Davis Cup on the weekend. I am not going to work. I've bought my own tickets. I have bought my own flights and accommodation. I am going to watch tennis.
Wow.
Way to not take
that's a
advantage
big
of your
step.
position. Like, sorry, that's a
Because-
good thing. Good thing.
I'm not here to take the company for a ride. But
Really?
yeah.
What's
Clearly.
been the last 3 years of... Anyway, sorry, keep going.
No, but I'm really excited. My team is there working, so I am there to support them should they need me. They don't need me. I'm actually just going to watch
As a
Davis
fan.
Cup as a fan. As a kid, I have such vivid memories of laying on the floor of an afternoon with my dad, with the TVs that were like built into like wood
Oh,
and
yeah, with knobs.
watching the Davis Cup, and I loved it as a kid. And, the Woodies playing. And so I just have a real nostalgic connection to BJK, or what it was called in the past, and Davis Cup. And I'm going to go scratch that itch.
That's great.
Awesome.
But I
Yeah.
will say this, if you get looped into doing work there, file those receipts. Be like, I went on my own dime, but as soon as you got there, TA's like, oh, Bree, while you're here, could you just mind doing a few press conference coverage for us? That's when you go, boom, refund, baby.
Ace of the week for you, Zave.
Thanks, Bree. It's been a long time coming, and we've been planning and trying to make it work. We are finally putting in a pool.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
knew you'd
good
roll
ace
your
of
eyes
the
at
week.
that one. Yeah.
We know what that means.
I need to hide my address.
White
from anyone.
and rich.
Even my laugh just then was quite. No,
That is exciting.
But my kids are
I
learning to
always wanted a
swim.
pool as a
and
kid.
Yeah, and we had a good time when we went to Fiji, and the kids are like, we want a pool. So Kat
You're
and
going
I,
to put a fence around it, right?
you have
Legally,
to.
you have to.
Yes.
They just look ugly, but you need it.
Yeah, no, but we've found a way. I won't go into the details. It's gonna be real
Yeah.
nice, just in time for summer. Yeah, so that's my ace
Does
of the
it
week.
get hot on the mountain?
Yeah, well, we've also got the biggest heat pump you can get for a domestic pool ordered.
Oh, so you can swim in winter.
Well, you can. We had a fire, like an open fire on Christmas the other year, so it's a bit crazy up on the mountain.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know how much you'll need a pool, to be honest. But
Yeah,
good for
ice
you.
skate. You don't know. Well, okay, that's enough from me. That's enough from you. But it's always a pleasure to have both of you back on the show. Nicole Pratt, Simon Razor-Ray, thank you very much
Such a
for
good
coming
duo
in.
together on the
So
show.
knowledgeable.
Been So
we
good.
actually do work well together.
Yeah, thanks for having us back.
Okay.
I want them to hug.
Oh, God.
Anyway, all right.
Do you want me to wrap it up? Or
No,
shall
we're
you?
getting the hell out of here. Thank you very much for watching, listening, being a part of the show. Stick around. We've got a bit of info after this. And we'll see you next week for more tennis when we dive into the world of the Black Court of Laver Cup.
Yeah. Bye.
Hey everyone, Harps and Andy here. Just want to remind you that you can watch every episode of The Tennis on our YouTube channel, Australian Open TV.
And we have an email as well, podcast@tennis.com.au. If you thought the show was amazing or you thought it was terrible, we are keen to hear from you. We'll read it. So feedback, comments, whatever it is, get in touch with us at our email and we'll catch you on the next one.
Catch you later.